everyone, it's Tammy Pally, aka the Crafty Princess and Doll Collector. I'm kind of in the middle of making some jewelry today. I made these little rose and crystal earrings, but this is a dolly video because I am selling a couple of my Blythe dolls, and it occurred to me that this might be a good topic for a video, basically related to how do you sell a Blythe doll, or maybe really any doll for that matter, or any collectible item. Because I actually do see people who try to sell their dolls and do things that I think are not very productive or useful when they're trying to sell their dolls. So first of all, I will say, straight out, I'm also looking for people who want to buy these dolls. So I'll just tell you about the two dolls and then discuss how to go about selling them. I have sold 2 Fakie Blythe dolls so far in the past couple of years that I have started doll collecting again. I have never sold until now. I've never put a stock Blythe doll up for sale, but basically a lot of the same sort of rules apply, I think. I'm selling my my Blythe doll Monique Magnifique. She will come without stock, no stand, no box. Okay, I actually have the box somewhere, but I just don't feel like digging it out. It's probably up in my attic somewhere, but anyway, she's a beautiful doll. She is in great shape. I have her actually for sale, posted right now on a few Facebook doll groups. I believe the 100% Blythe doll group, the, what else? Dolly Adoptions on Facebook, and then one other that I can't remember. But, oh, and I should say there's going to be some dolly nudity, all right, if that bothers anybody. And that's one of the things, when you're selling a doll, you should make sure that you clearly state stuff like that. Like, she's not going to come with stock, she's not going to have her stand, that kind of thing. Especially when it comes to a stock doll, because the stock doll is one of the things that makes them so unique, is that they have special clothing that goes with them. This little dress she's wearing, she won't come with this dress. But when you go to sell your dollies, you want to make sure that you actually show lots of pictures of them close up. And I'm taking her little dress off now to show you. You want to make sure that everybody can see what good shape she's in, or if there's something wrong, which I'll show you with my other doll, you want to be truthful about that as well. So here she is. She's a 2013 release, and she's in great shape because she has never really been out and about very much. I haven't taken her actually outside the house. Most of her life she has lived in my curio. One thing with Blythe dolls that I think it's helpful to show is the inside of their legs, because some dolls, she does not have this issue really. I can vaguely see almost the dots, like right here, because there's metal inside their legs. So you want to make sure that when you're showing, I mean this is something I personally would look for if I were to buy a doll. I want to make sure that she doesn't have any wires popping out here. You want to make sure there's no staining on the body. You want to, show the back, show the whole doll. All right. Very often I'll see people who post a doll for sale and they have one picture and that's it, and very little information. And I guess what they think is that you're going to maybe, contact them and ask them a bunch of questions. But I personally find that a turnoff, and it makes me kind of wonder, like, well, why aren't you showing the whole doll? This doll, I added some beads to her pull ring, but they can easily be taken off if somebody wanted me to take them off. It's not a big deal. Oh, and I should say I'm selling her for $175. Like I said, no stock. I will probably put some kind of little dress on her of my choice, because I just have this thing about dolly should have a little something. Anytime I've sold a doll, I always put some kind of dress on them. I don't send them totally nude, but it won't be a great dress. Let's put it this way. So she's in great shape. She's a really cute doll, but as I have mentioned before, as I've mentioned before, she is just a doll that I have not been in love with. I got her, in fact, there's an unboxing video that I show when I first got her on my YouTube channel. You could go look at that if you want. I would say if there's anything about her that is negative, that some people may not like, is she has this crazy hair. I have managed to, with some effort, brush through it, but I find it's better just kind of leave it as it is. It's very thick. It's not greasy at all. It was never greasy, but you know, it's very fuzzy. You know, it's supposed to be like a permed hair, but and you could, I never washed it. I thought about doing that at one time, maybe washing it and trying to straighten it some more or something, or do something with it, but I haven't. Like I said, for the most part, she's been wearing clothing. Usually I have stockings, as they're somewhere around here, that I keep her, I keep most of my dolls covered with stockings so that their legs don't get stained with anything. And so she's been kept in really good shape. Right now, you can buy her new, I know for sure, and this is, I'm filming this in, what is it, April 8th, I think? No, April 9th, 2017. But CC Toys has this exact doll, you know, new in the box, with everything, and I believe that it includes shipping, is $248. I'm selling her for $175, including shipping, in the continental US. I'm not real keen on trying to sell her outside of the US because of the postage issues, but if somebody was really wanting her, and I get to the point where I can't find anybody in the US, I would of course consider some options. I'm also open to trades. I wouldn't mind another stock doll. There's nobody specific on my radar, but you know, there's some that I would probably outright say no to. Trying to think of somebody that I would say no to, but yeah, I would entertain trades for either a stock Blythe or a lightly customized fake doll. Okay, so yeah, so when you're going about and you're deciding that you're going to sell a doll, and that's really the only reason, like I said, the only reason I'm selling her is because I just feel like I haven't connected with her. I'm not in love with her like I thought I would. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this doll. She's in really great shape. All right, so I'm going to put her little dress back on. So yeah, when you go to post for sale items, and you can do things like I'm doing here, video, but you can also take lots of good pictures, well lit, to show her whole body. I don't think for the stock dolls it's necessary to show all her eye chips, because anybody can look up and find out what color her eye chips are. You could Google it. But basically you just want to show that what type of condition your doll's in, as well as explain things like, for example, I'm in a smoke-free home. Nobody in my house smokes, so she's not been exposed to any smoke. And what else? I do have pets, but like I said, she's always either in this particular room, which is pet-free. So besides being in this pet-free room, she's also in my curio, and so I don't just leave her out exposed to cat or dog hair or anything like that. None of my dolls, in fact. So, as anybody knows with cats, this is like cat toy, you know. So yeah, so she's been protected from the elements. So you want to make sure that you post that kind of information. Now, where you can post your dolls kind of depends. Facebook has a lot of doll groups. Some of them are okay with posting sales items, but really there are groups really divided. Some are sale groups only, some are no sale groups, just discussion. So you want to make sure that you know for sure what the rules are for the group. And I will put some links down below in the description of this video for some groups that you can sell dolls, and those depend. Some are only going to be stock dolls. Like there's one group, the 100% Blythe stock doll group. Obviously, it has to be a full Blythe. It can't be any fakies. But then there are also some groups that can only be fake dolls, that they'll only sell fake dolls. So you want to make sure that you select the correct one, follow the rules. They also usually have some sort of requirement as far as or limit. Once you post it, you can't go bumping it up 10 times a day, bumping it up as in going into comments and making a comment so it goes up to the top. They usually limit you to once a day bumping up your sales items. So and also, you know, it's a good idea to do things like put in there, for example, for me, I prefer PayPal, and so I have in my description, please send payment through PayPal. So that means somebody would need to send me their, if somebody wanted to buy the doll, It would be you send me your email address, and then through the private message on Facebook, and then I would send an invoice through PayPal, and then, you know, it's payment due upon receipt. And yeah, so that's something important too. And if you have things like, I'm not open to this, but I know sometimes some people are okay, especially with customized dolls. They might do like layaway, or they might break up the payments or something like that. So always make sure you have that kind of information in there. And so my other doll that I'm selling is a Fakie doll. So it's very different because, of course, she's not stock. She will not necessarily come with this dress because I like this dress, so I will keep this dress. I think I did a video of her. Probably I did a video of her. I can't believe I wouldn't have. I probably did an unboxing of her. This doll has some issues. I'm selling her, again, this is Continental US through PayPal. I would invoice you for $40, which includes shipping in the Continental US. She will either come naked, or like I said, a lot of times I will try to find a little some kind of dress. Probably not a great dress, but something for her so she's not naked, totally naked. But she's a tan doll. I got her through an AliExpress vendor, and you can see, right, you know, really pretty, I think pretty clearly, she's got eyeball issues. And unfortunately, I don't think, unless you're someone who's kind of experienced, I am not sure if she would be that easy to fix her eyes because of the back here. I'm not sure if that's showing up or not, but she's got, like, it looks like somebody didn't do a great job connecting her. It's like very choppy up here. And there's even, I don't have my glasses on, but I think like right around here, there's even like a little crack or something. So she's a tan doll. She's very pretty. So those are her pink eyes, as you can see, front-facing pink eyes, or side-facing pink eyes. Front-facing purple eyes, which I totally love. So that's one reason why I got her. Side-facing orange, and front-facing like a, they're like a light bluish, yeah, or they're more of a gray. Actually, they're more of a gray. Yeah, we're losing light in here. There you can see her up front, but see how her eyeballs are like way open, and they're not supposed to be. If you can see, like, here's the stock doll. You can, this is how her eyes are supposed to be, where they're just, there's a, you can see a little bit of her eyelid there. Okay, so this girl has her eyes way too open, and so I'm not in love with her. She does have a really nice body, and I'll take off her little dress, so more Dolly nudity ahead here, folks. Okie dokies. So you can see, she's, as far as her body goes, everything works really well. I think that, does that click again? Nope, I don't want to break her. Yeah, so her legs, they should go 3 times, but these go for 2. It might go 3, but I'm afraid I don't want to destroy this doll. But anyway, you can see she doesn't have, I would say her body is, and it may just be because, of course, the face is shiny. Here, are my lights going crazy? So her face is shiny, like all of them are, unless you matte finish them, and so the body's not shiny, so is not shiny, so maybe that's why there's a, it seems to me the body seems a little bit darker than her face. The insides of her legs are pretty good looking. You don't see any kind of metal or anything sticking out. Like I said, the back of it, she's got its issues up around here. So if you were to open her up, I don't know. Her hair is not greasy. It's actually pretty decent. I had plans where I was probably going to, you know, trim it up a little bit, but you wouldn't necessarily have to. It brushes out really nicely. And so, yeah, so her I'm selling for $40, nude. Usually I throw in some bling or something, like I said, a little something. Continental US through PayPal. Free shipping through the Continental US. I can't imagine anybody outside of the US would care to buy her, but yeah. And I say that because the thing is with when you buy something in the US from China, which is where you would, the only other place you could, you know, really buy these fake dolls, you're talking anywhere from two weeks to, you easily 30 plus days before you get one of these dolls. So sometimes people like to buy them, you know, in the US so they don't have to have that time period to wait. I think she would be a good doll for somebody who is maybe practicing customization, or someone who is really good at customizing may be able to work around her, fix her eyes and all that good stuff. I know it's just that the mechanism in there is like too tight, you know, that spring probably. She would also, I think, be a really cute doll for maybe some little girl who just wants to play with her, play the bejeezies out of her, you know, and you wouldn't have to worry about her being banged up a little bit. And that's why originally I got her. I wasn't necessarily intent on anything other than using her as a doll that I would travel with. But now I'm kind of thinking, I don't think I want to even bring her on the trip because of her crazy eyes. Yeah, I have a problem about those eyes. So, and especially because I don't want to bring her and have, you know, non-Blythe people go, I hate those dolls. Look how crazy her eyes are. You know, because they always have, people have weird comments about Blythe eyes. And I get it. When I first saw them, I was kind of like freaked out too. It's definitely an acquired taste. And then once you acquire the taste, I'm trying to fix her dress here. Once you have the acquired taste, then you want all the Blythe dolls. But I just realized if I brought her, and some people who are actually traveling with me who are not Blythe knowledgeable, I would get more crap from them about my doll thing that I don't need. So she's not going to be going. I don't even know who I'm going to bring on this trip, if I even bring a doll at this point. I still want to bring one because I thought it'd be fun to take pictures, but we shall see. So yeah, so those dolls are up for sale. Now, again, going back to how to sell it. So for her, I haven't posted her yet. I have taken pictures, photographs of her, like I said, fully nude and all that stuff. Now with her, I actually did take pictures of all the different eye chips, which I didn't do with Monique Magnifique, this is Monique Magnifique, the stock doll. So I didn't take pictures of her eyes because everybody can just look those up. But her I did because this is like kind of a one-of-a-kind doll. You're not going to find this necessarily. You might, but you need to see the eyes, right? Plus, I'm fully, you know, in my description, I will fully say she's got a problem with her eyes, she's got problems in the back of her head, you know, that kind of thing. Otherwise, she's in really good shape. So yeah, so when you're, you know, when you're posting these dolls for sale, it's always, I think, useful to have plenty of information for your seller. Otherwise, you're going to go back and forth, and you still will. I mean, I had somebody already who, it sounded like she wanted to buy this doll, and then, you know, things kind of started changing, and then at one point because I had in my description that I would be willing to trade for a stock or a custom doll, she thought I was willing to trade this doll for stock clothing. No, but I went in and I changed my description. I put in there a stock doll or a custom doll. I had a stock or custom doll, thinking that the doll went with both, but I could see somebody making that, you know, making that assumption. So she wanted to trade me a bunch of stock clothing for the doll, but I don't want to do that. So, and I will also say for anybody who is interested in her, as far as stock clothing goes, her stock clothing I have seen for sale. I've seen it on AliExpress from various vendors, so it's not like it's super, you know, impossible to buy the clothing if you were dying to have her in the same outfit that she originally comes with, just FYI. But anyway, so yeah, so the Fakie doll will not be up for sale in the same Facebook groups as the real doll. Those are super important because you don't want, you know, to get banned or kicked out of a Facebook group or just tick people off. So you have to make sure that you're careful about which groups that you're in, distinguish the fake, you know, make sure you have the fake doll in the fake group, the real doll in the real group, and you post, you know, clear information about them. But yeah, so I think that's kind of doing two things. I'm saying these dolls are for sale, and I'm also giving you some tips that I think you might find helpful when you're trying to sell dolls. Like I said, my biggest pet peeve is not getting enough information about the doll up front or having enough photographs. If I see a doll that I'm interested in and it doesn't have that, it's a big turnoff, and it doesn't matter if I'm dying for the doll. I won't ask because I don't want to get engaged in a bunch of back and forth with somebody when only to find out that, you know, something's wrong with the doll, or, you know, whatever. So that to me is not, I don't know. I don't know why people do that. I don't think they're necessarily trying to be deceitful, but it feels like that to me. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm putting it all out there. I let everybody know everything that I know about my dolls that I'm selling. The description is as accurate as I can make it, and I have lots of photographs too. So anyway, yeah, look for the URLs of the various Facebook selling groups that I mentioned, and in the comments below, and have a wonderful Dolly Day. As usual, I always appreciate thumbs up and shares. And yeah, see you later. Bye.